Welcome to another live stream, you guys. Please share, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button for me. We have another live video here. Now we want to talk about America's downfall, but we want to talk about these tariff wars. Talk about these tariffs. That's raising a lot of questions on American people. Now, Trump is causing these tariff wars to rise in the black communities. As you see, it's happening in Atlanta, another place in the South. You know, you go into a beauty salon, you see the cost of things. Even the tariff war is happening in the black farmlands. I've been saying to you what Trump is trying to do. See, these are the days of America's downfall. See, these are the days of her life. You see, he's tackling down and pushing it into the black communities. Y'all bear with me. The man that they call Trump signing executive orders now, doing deportation, sending immigration back to their country. The man that is raised and cause havoc. So these are the days of America's downfall. Allah manifest this fall of America. A desire to make America fall as a warning to her brother in Europe. White America and Germany, Allah has taught me, are the most wicked of the right race. The wicked deeds that have been performed are still being performed by white Americans upon the so-called Negro. Their slave are the worst and annal of history. They have been clever enough in their wickedness to make the so-called Negro slave love them, though they are their open enemies and murderers. Allah and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, now judges the American whites and is causing America fall and total destruction. Egypt under Pharaoh is an example fulfilling the signs and other prophecy of the doom of this people as foretold by the prophet from Moses to Jesus. Moses and Jesus are the most outstanding of the prophets in the history of the Caucasian race for the past 4,000 years. There are several others contemporary, but Moses and Jesus are the major prophets of the right race history. the whole of the civilized world today, as prophesied in Isaiah, is against this white man of America. Allah hates this wicked American whites and threatened to remove them from the face of this earth, since white Americans and the white race in general had deceived the entire world of black people and their brethrens, brown, red, and yellow. Allah now is causing his people to wake up and see this white race as it really is, the created enemy of the darker people. As we see today, there's a general awakening of the darker people into the knowledge of self and the knowledge of their age-old 6,000-year enemy all over the earth. The American white race cannot sincerely give the so-called Negro, the slave, a square deal. She only desired to deceive them. False equality. Today, America is trying against the will to give the so-called Negro civil rights, which is against their very nature and will of the white race, for the first time since the black man had been here. America falsely offer him social equality, certain parts of the countries. This social equality consists mostly of permitting the American black race to mix openly with the white man and his women's, the devils. The actual idea, however, is to grant the so-called social equality amongst the lower class of rights. This is done so that the scriptures wherein they prophesy that the white man tempts and corrupts the so-called Negro with his woman might be fulfilled. God has taught me that the white race was grafted unlike, and being unlike is able to attract the black man and black woman, and getting them to do all the evil known to the white race. Doom prophesies that one of the prophets of the Bible prophesies in regard to America as the morning star aboard upon the mountain, a great and strong people sat and battle away. Joel chapter 2 verse 2. This is the setting of the nations for a showdown to determine who will live on earth. The survivor is to build a nation of peace to rule the people of the earth forever under the guidance of Almighty God. With the nation setting forth for the final war at this time, God plead for his people, the inheritors of the earth, the so-called Negro. The so-called Negro is a prey of the white man of America, being held firmly in the white man's powers, along with 2 million Indians who must be redeemed at this time, and will be if the so-called Negro turn to his redeemer. The problem of the American black man is his unwillingness to be separated from his 400-year-old enemy. The problem, therefore, is harder to solve, especially with the enemy trying to fascinate the Negro with his lower class girls and women, parading them partly nude before the Negro in every public news, media, cheap daily newspaper and magazine, radio, TV, and the Negro is quick to intimidate. The problem between these two people, we see separation, the so-called Negro, so that they may be accepted and respected as equal or superior of the nation must be solved. This is God's promise to the so-called Negro, the lost and found members of the original black nations of the earth. This problem was made through the mouth of his prophets, the Bible and Quran. that he would separate us from our enemies, identify and make us the masters after this wicked race had been judged and destroyed for its own evil. But as I said, the solving of this problem means the redemption of a Negro is hard to do since he loved his enemy. See this Bible, Deuteronomy 18:15, Psalm, Isaiah, Matthew, and Revelation 14. The manifestation of Allah and the judgment between the so-called Negro and the enemy of God and the nation of Islam will make the so-called Negro see and know his enemy, himself, his people, his God, and his religion. We hear the statements of the black educational, political, and Christian class which express their love for the white man, publicly asking him to be his brother, if not his brother-in-law. Now this class wants to make it clear to the world that they really love the white race and not the black race. This means that they want to be white instead of black. See, the devil has made them hate black. They reject the thought of black ever being their ruler or equal with the rulers. They act boldly from inferiority, not only for themselves, but for their people. They want to exert themselves and their kind, especially the so-called American Negro, into a race of white people without ending the black race. It is just the opposite with Allah, God, myself, and my followers. We want out completely. We want no claim to a kinship with a people who by nature are not our kin. Read from Genesis to the Revelation in the Bible, and from Surah chapter 2 to Surah 114 of the Holy Quran. By no means are the so-called Negro and the white kins. God did not create them brothers, nor did he create them to ever become brothers. One is created enemy against the other. And since the righteous are more powerful than the wicked, Allah, the God of righteousness, set a time of reckoning for enemy, the white man, of the righteous. Separation. We want separation. We want a home on this earth we can call home. We want to go for self and lead enemy who have been sentenced to death by Allah. Revelation 20:10 and 14. From the day he was created. See this subject in the Bible and Quran. No one, white, black, brown, yellow, red, can prove to me by any scriptures of Allah, God, sent by one of the prophets of Allah, God, that we should not be separate from the right race, that we should believe and follow the religion, dictate, shape, and formed by the right race, theophans. The coming of Allah and the judgment of this wicked world is made clear by the prophet saying of the prophet, the so-called reverends and the proud intellectual class are doomed to destruction with the enemy if they remain with him, instead of joining into Allah and God who loves them, who will deliver them in the nation of Islam. So-called Negro masses must be warned of the great mistake that they make and fallen the leaderships of those who love and befriend their murderers. This will not get them freedom or civil rights. America is falling. Her doom have come, and none said the prophet shall help her in her days of her downfall. These are the days of her life. And the Bible, God plead with you to fly out of her, black people, and seek refuge in him. Revelation 18 verse 4. It certainly will change your mind about fallen doomed people, a people who hate you and your kind, who call one who teach the truth about them a hater. They are the producer of hate of us. We are with God and the righteous. The days of trouble. The days of trouble have now come to us from Almighty God Allah, God who is the real owner of the heavens and earth. Allah God created for himself a heaven, and then he let it out to a forger, white race, for them to enjoy themselves in it for a while. They have proved it unworthy and such glorious creation. And now the God who is the owner of this heaven and earth is ready to take over and rule it for himself. See, never no more, and I mean never no more, will the earth nor the heavens of the earth be let out to none owners. It is a great wisdom taught to us, and let new creatures, right race, try their knowledge of mastering that which they was not made to master, which we knew when we made them, that they would not be able to master the original creation for long. For as long as we, the black people, are the planet, there is no new creatures that could be put in order for ruling that which we already have, and we are in it. For as long as we, the black people, are the planet, there's no new creatures that could be put in order for ruling that which we already have, and we are in it. It's such a wise piece of work that have been done. The wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the originator of this creation is just. There is no comparison anywhere to make. There is no such thing that the originators can put the planet aside, out of the hole, and let someone else take over. This race, the right race, has not been successful in ruling according to their will and according to a real owner. For the right race have to use the original materials that himself has created. There is nothing of which this white man can call himself the creator. So therefore, since this white man continued to make trouble, which by nature he was made to do, we do not see any way out of trying to live with the white man in peace. The nature of the white man is ever causing unrest among himself and amongst us too. See, the white man just cannot make peace for himself because of his nature. Today, God has decided that we, the black people, cannot get along with the white man in peace, and that the white man must be removed. So the white man wants to remove us, the black people. But in order for this white man to remove us, the black man, he will have to move the whole entire heaven and make the heaven vote anything like life. And then from a vote, we'll have to just start over again and create life. For life in the universe is life that we, the black people, have established it. Therefore, to get away from our own life, which was created by the black man, so that new life could come in, we will have to rid the space of life, which belonged to us, the black man. And when the space was rid of life that we, the black people, have created, another one would have to create life of his own making. We, the poor black people here in America, must be chained into a new and different people altogether. So Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me, but not a complete make of us. We will be renewed from what we are in now and we call it a new thing. There will come a day when we, the black people, will have a complete new thing for man in earth and the heaven above us. But according to the scientists, God will cause this to go into a new thing, and that a complete destruction of the old, where there is no root to grow something from. Not this time. The thing that Allah God would like to do now and will do is to destroy the work of the devil. As the devil would like to destroy God's work, what God has created. The devil cannot destroy God's creation because the devil has no part in the creation of the first creation. And since the devil has no part in the first creation, this makes the devil unable to lay hold to the power that will destroy the first work of God. See, the main thing which I keep mentioning now to make you disgust is something for this black man in America who has spent his life long and sleeping in ignorancy of the knowledge of that which he is in. But as soon as the black man can awaken to the knowledge of this that he is in, then he can lay hold to that which he did not have knowledge of, which is that the black man is the creator of the first creation. Allah God wants to put this black man back into power. And the way the black man can be put back into power is Allah has to make this black man all over again the master power, after giving the black man the authorities. Look at the poor, once pitiful black man in America. Look how he strives to reach for himself and is now making a fast progress in that which God leave for him to understand. The black man conversation has changed. See, the black man way of thinking has changed. His astral physical form is changed. It's a great thing that have come to the black man in America. The black man in America is getting happier and happier. It's now hard for this black man in America to get rich. For he's getting rich from his own wisdom, nor have given him anything. As the Bible teaches you of the Son, see, no one have gave into him, but he is getting rich so fast that God chose the Son to become the head of the house that he has strayed away from. The future of the black man is so beautiful that we can hardly comprehend it. The biggest thing that stands before us is qualification and readiness. Let us get qualified to master the house that God has given to us before someone tried to rob us of that mastering of the house. If they rob us of the mastering of the house, I'm sorry for us. I said to you, black brothers and black sisters, do not be foolish. The kingdom of heaven will be given to you and to me. Have patience to receive it. But to get the house into our service is like a mother giving birth to a baby. The baby must mature in that which he is in, as the baby mature in the womb of the mother in order to be born. So the black man must mature to be born into a new world that the black man must build himself. See, these are the days of trouble. Pledged by God, America is doomed. With the end of the rule of this right race over the black people of the earth in sight, face to face, we have to deal with each other according to the actual facts which exist between the two nations, black and white. The nature and desire of the white race to continue their rule and suggestion of the darker people, even though the white man recognized these facts, continue to hold into his rule, his suggestion, his thinking of what he has acquired under such rule, that which is his. He cannot give up the prey, his concession, the merchandise which he has spotted out from under the nose and eyes of the real owners, black men. He is willing to shed the blood of his own people and of that of others to hold into that, which he called his legal possessions. The spirit arose, and the black man says no, that the continent and what is on and surface, it belongs to him and his people, black nation. This spirit and knowledge is now not only confined to Africa and Asia, the black, brown, and yellow people, but actually is now arising in American so-called Negro, the true lost and found brothers of the black man throughout the earth, whether it be Africa or Asia, he is the brothers of them all. It is the desire of the right race to continue to hold power and authorities over black Africa, whether it is or elsewhere. See, they will just have to give it up. England, Germany, and Italy, and France, and especially England, France, and Stelton, Germany, seems to be diehards. See, the white man will be acting wisely if they will realize that one day, sooner or later, they must pack up and leave. Wherefore, I quote, the Bible prophesies concerning the separation of nations. Again, today, as it was before, every man must go to his own. This is the clearest and most direct justice that God and man could agree upon. The white man cannot live in luxury unless he has the black man in his place of possession, in suggestion to his will. But as I repeatedly says in this paper and all of my writings, you cannot make God and his prophet liars, nor can we reverse the time of the prediction in which these things will take place. The time have come. It's nothing but justice, that we have possession of what is our own. The white man is conscious of the fact that he had deceived the black man of the knowledge of the black man and his possessions. But that particular authority was given divinely temporarily. But by the same divinity, it is now being taken from the white race. The white race is facing doom because she will not act accordingly to justice and righteousness, which was not by nature put in her. But this is known today, and a race is frightened concerning her future, as we see here in America today. See, the white man recognizes coming doom, and many of them would rather die here than go elsewhere outside of America to try to defend what they call their own independent sovereignty. Some have poured gasoline over themselves and committed suicide by setting themselves on fire. This is a very new and open act of a people who want every other people, black, brown, yellow, and red on earth, to fight their wars, to save their independence. A ruthless and brutal people like America, England, and Germany should be ashamed in this modern time to look for these people when they have robbed it, killed, murdered, and brought by force. To think that today that they should be so soundly asleep that they ignore the time and authority that they can unite as the Europeans have been doing against black, Africa, and brown and yellow Asia. As the book says to this white race, as thou hast done, so shall it be done to you. The white man must return to Europe and concentrate on that continent for his future. Else concentrate on his death instead of his life, for they can no longer rule the black man. The black man now knows where his home is and is now rising up to take possession of that which is his. America's doom, fear. Allah and the personal master Falah Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, for finding and offering us to sit us in heaven at once, our submission to him entirely. We fear the doom of America that is now cutting her to pieces. The prophecy teaches us that her doom will come in one day. Death, mourning came in one day. One day means 1 year. Even after that, she should be burned with fire. Divine prophecy is that America will suffer isolation from the nation of the earth. The revelation of John of the Bible prophecy of America's doom. America is spoken of under the savage name of a beast and dragon who oppose the messenger of God and those who seeks to follow him. Beast and dragon are the name used to represent America because of their nature and their characteristics of these people, evil and haters of his black once slaves. The beast or dragon trolls women seeking to destroy the messengers and his followers, the new convert. The messengers of Allah is referred to as a woman with a newborn baby, with a victorious beast. Enemy trails her, the messenger of God, everywhere that he goes. The beast does this to prevent the messengers and his followers from making progress, making friends with his own black people. He will help the messengers to convert and unite his black people, not only the United States of America, but the whole world of the black nation. To unite and fly out of our enemies who seeks to kill and destroy you and me night and day does not just mean leaving America, but it means also to lead the ideologically in all that America represents. In the nation, we see Europe and Asia stood far way off for fear of her burning the USA, and for fear of a divine pledge. To you, my black people, the end is now. You said that you were going any place. Heaven and hell are both a condition of life. They are not places. So the devil make hell for you. And God in the person of Master Falah Muhammad, whom praise are due forever, makes heaven for you and me. America has her own doom. You see, the ultimate aim of this world should be known to everyone, especially the righteous. We are classified the righteous as being the people who belong to the right God, a God of righteousness, truth, freedom, justice, and equality of the nation of righteousness.